I apologize for that. My mother called and I needed to see what was going on there. Something I did while I was talking to her is I took the Prismacolor Colorless blender. Trying to adjust my light here. That's a little better. And, you know, it's such a small area. I just wanted to kind of blend that dark and light together a little bit more. And it was just easier to use this than anything else. Now I'm working on a leaf. I mean, I don't think there's any wrong way to color these. I mean, you could use all pastels or really dark colors. You could color everything black. I don't know why you'd want to, but maybe you like that. I don't know. Oh, sorry. This is apple green. Prismacolor 912. Can y'all even see? So I'm doing a little bit of gradation here from the inside. It really is a little challenging to do gradations this small, but that's another thing with the shaking is that I've got to orient the paper in such a way that it's easier on my hand and less likely to shake. So you probably see me doing that a lot. But I think most every colorist moves around their paper, their book. What are y'all doing for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? We're doing stuff so exciting. I am going to color. My husband is going to hang out in his cave watching a movie or some kind of YouTube video about filming with your iPhone. And then we'll go to bed probably about 11:05, I'm guessing. Very exciting stuff. It's hard for us as we've gotten older to stay up so late. I mean, if it had, back up the truck. If he didn't have to get up to go to his job, well, he works from home, so he just goes to his cave, but he still has to be up at a certain time to be there, log in and all that. If he didn't have to do that, I think the two of us would probably revert back to night owl mode. We'd stay up till it'd be a gradual thing. Now maybe the dogs wouldn't let us do that. I don't know. But when we were younger and we first got married, we would stay up late on Friday nights, and sometimes we would stay up so late that the morning came. We'd stay up till 4 or 5, and then maybe we might sleep until noon and not think anything of it. Wouldn't be difficult for us at all, but as we've gotten older, we just can't do that. It throws us off so much. When he's on call and he has to do some sort of IT work, specific computery things, it throws him off for a couple of days. It really does. I don't know if you can see this well enough. See, I've got a little bit of gradation there. And I will probably go over that again with grass green. 909. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with that. The veins. Let's see how this goes. That's pretty good, although I'm just got a real light touch right now. I'll likely go over it again with some more green. This is very smooth paper. It's got some tooth, but it's pretty smooth. And I said in my review, it's not super thick paper and it's not super thin paper, so. What other ways do y'all like doing leaves and flowers? There's all kinds of ways. There's no wrong way, I guess. That's a little bit darker. I think I'll, should I try? I'm not sure I want these to be muted with the white because they're so small. I think I'll just use my blender pencil. How to blend out some of those rough spots. If this were a bigger picture of things, I probably would use the white. Neat. I think I'm gonna add some more green. I'm gonna try to leave some white around the edges. I don't know why. I think I say that a lot. Maybe I should call my channel I don't know why. I think it was something I saw Lori Green do. Now that was the petals of a flower that she did that on. That's probably where I got the idea from. Give it a second coat. I may go in a little darker this time. Giraffes. I mean, I like zoos. I love zoos. I would, if I could own a zoo, I would. So that I could go see the animals all the time. I love them. My favorite animal is the tiger. I noticed I don't think there's a tiger in here. Maybe there is. Anyway, so the zoo, yeah. I like all animals, really, but I really wasn't drawn to the giraffe like I am to the big cats, maybe. But, over time, I started liking them really well, so they're fun. I got to feed some a couple of times. You know how at the zoos now you can You can buy some lettuce there and feed the giraffes. That's really fun. And somewhere in all my pictures, I've got a picture of, I think my husband has it, because he took the picture of me like right next to a giraffe head. It was the coolest thing. But tigers are my favorite. I've come to appreciate the other animals, except, y'all, for apes. The chimps and the gorillas, I appreciate their being part of the world. They have some beauty of their own, but I can't. They're not my favorite. I like snakes more than I like gorillas and chimps. It's just a preference, nothing more. I like monkeys, the ones with tails, but I'm just not fond of the gorillas and the chimps. I just don't know. It's just a thing. Everybody's different. Variety is the spice of life. All right, so you see what I'm doing here with this? I think you can see it. I'm looking at it, and it looks like this leaf is curving around. It gives it dimension when you do the gradations. I'm not sure I'll do much more on that. Let's see what's next. Let's do some bigger flowers. I really need to figure out how to place the camera so I don't keep running into it all the time. I know there's some that have it on kind of a boom that comes and points straight down. I don't have that right now. I just have a tripod. Oh, you know what I could do? I just go back over just a little bit. And then come in with that darker color. Boy, it's hard to get in there. This is where I need the magnifying glass. That's my husband milling around for lunch. Oh, darn. Screwed up on that. If you don't have an electric eraser, get one. This one is just from Hobby Lobby. And now here's the trick on this. Be sure to put a lithium battery in here. That will make this thing go. When I first bought it, it was fairly slow, and then battery died. So somewhere I got the idea of putting a lithium battery in there, and whoops, it goes to town. Oh, I like it. See, I think I'm gonna pull pull that yellow down into the darker instead of the other way around. I'll probably just get too fiddly with this thing. I'll just leave it. Let's go to the other one. I just recently got back into drawing, and the color pencils just took over my brain, and I had to have some. I bought a small set of color pencils and a small set of graphite pencils. I just started out with that and realized really quickly I was going to need some Prismacolors. I'm sure I didn't have to get the Prismacolors to do the pictures in different art books that said use Prismacolors. But I guess it's an OCD thing. I just had to have that. And then I found a super good deal on the 72 set. Oh, it was the 24 set. And then a good deal on the 72. And then I just graduated to the 150. Is that 150? Yeah, 150. Because if some artist on YouTube said, you need this particular color, and I looked down and I didn't have it, and I'm sure I could have just made the color with the colors that I had, but I could never find any recipes. Recipes for that. You know what I should do is maybe curve those edges down to make it look like they're curled down instead of just coming up. I think I'll use a few more. So we're going to just it's hard to talk and color at the same time. Now I lost my train of thought. So I kept looking for deals on the 150. If I could go back in time and tell myself, should just get them when they were at $78. It was a few days later after I'd seen that. Guess what? They went back up to 115. And I said, the next time I see a set of Prismacolors that are $78, I'm going to jump on it. But I don't know if I will, since I've got a 24 set, a 72 set, and the 105. It's basically, I already have another set. And I know that you don't always use all the colors. If I could have found a video or internet information about how to, and I looked it up in several different ways. I could never get it, never find anything about mixing the colors to get other colors. Some of the ones, well, the ones that aren't in the 75 or 72, the other 100, other 70 something colors. Although on Lori Green's channel, she did have she was doing a 50-50 mix of different things. Can you mix this and this at 50% each and get this color? And she went down her list and she wrote yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, whatever it was. And then she did it. And she was pretty spot on all of that. And she would say, okay, well, this one, you can't do 50-50. Now, if you add this color, or if you do a little more of this one, then you might get that kind of stuff. But you really, in that case, I think she was doing the 24 set. And getting some of the 72. Anyway, I don't know. The point is, whoa, that's not that much different. I just wasn't confident in my color blending skills at the time to do all that, but oh, I think I just picked that one up. Oh, it's a little darker. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the cadmium orange hue again. If y'all know some internet websites or other videos that talk about blending one set of colors to get another set, that'd be great. Gosh, he's so tiny. In order to get that little turn down, it's really small. That's okay. Right, next. Oh. That was the darker color. Well, let's see what this does anyway. Gives a little more orange. But I think I like the darker on the edge here. I think I'll go over that again. So most of the time I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just jumping into trying something, which is really the best way to do it. And if it doesn't work, then you erase it or something. I have such a light touch. Okay, let's, I think I will take the white in this case. I gotta sharpen that. You hear my cat? I'm gonna take this little yellow bit right here. Oh, a little bit of breakage on that. I don't know how to do a sped up video. That is my husband's department. I think I'll come back here. I'll probably gotta use this instead. Are you saying, Leslie, you're doing things the hard way? Yeah. Sort of. Now I'm kind of just trying to get some of that white down there. Bring up some of that other color to kind of give it an impression of leaf structure. Not leaf structure, petal structure. Now, let's see. Have I messed with this one enough? That's pretty good. I like it. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. My husband just, whoops, lost my light. Belched on camera. I think he's laughing now. What next? Let's do some of these little bitty leaves here. I may not get too fancy with those. Not too fancy. I picked the colors I did because they were, it took me a while. You want to see it? This is what I did, see what colors to put together. And I used a color wheel and then just Coloring Bliss has this color wheel thing. And you think, being an art major, I would have already know what the color wheel is. But we didn't really do a ton of color wheel stuff. We just, he'd say, okay, here, paint something. Anyway, so I tried out different colors and I said, all right, what kind of greens do I want to put in there? And this is going to be the background eventually. And so I wanted to make sure they all go, and just kind of landed on these colors. Coloring Bliss has some, now I love Lori Green too. She's got another color system. I feel like maybe I'd really like to do a comparison, but just by looking at them, they each touch on something different. The Lori Green's color system, combination system, blend. I think she calls it color blending, and Jennifer Stay, she has her. Now I forgot the name of it. Anyway, she's got her color system, and then Sarah Renee Clark has one too. And just after looking at them and listening to them talk about them and so forth. I feel like they all generally get you in the same place, but they just have different ways of getting there, and they have just a little bit of different aspects of each one. So I guess I'm gonna have to get all three. No, just kidding. Um, I've already, well, actually, I've already got the Coloring Bliss, because you can go join the website and get all the tools and all the coloring pages you could ever want in your entire life on there. And so the next one, I may do Lori Green's one next month, because I really like how she has these cards. I was noticing I wasn't coloring. And they're kind of baseball card size. It shows, you take one main color and she shows you all the different combinations of color blending. So I really like that. I think you'll find that stuff on Etsy. You can go to her YouTube channel, and it should be, well, this would be her, I don't know, the last year or two. Should be down there. Her Etsy channel. I mean, her Etsy channel. Her Etsy shop. Okay. I'm going to go a little darker down here. I'm just compelled to do gradations, y'all. No matter how tiny. There we are on that. Is the light okay? I feel like it's a little dark up here. This is going to take a long time, but that's okay. I just thought that there needed to be a color along of this book. Someone was saying in their review that they had never seen anyone complete a whole entire Millie Marotta book. Of course, that made me, that was like a challenge. So maybe someday I'll get it all done. If all I did was work in this book every day for 8 hours a day, I might get it done in a year. I don't know. But I decided not to take up that challenge and just enjoy. One day I might tell the story how I got back into drawing. Yes, I was an art major. I had never had any formal training of any kind, and but I like to draw, and so my husband, who was then my boyfriend, just my boyfriend, said, well, why don't you just be an art major? I thought, okay. So I changed over, and I wasn't super good, but the professor, she never wanted to be called by her married name. She always wanted you to call her by her first name. And so that's what we did. Everybody called her by her first name. She was really kind. Anyway, after I graduated, I guess was burned out on painting and drawing, and I just stopped. And when I got back into it a little while, I was too hard on myself. I wanted it to look perfect and be exactly like my brain saw it, and I would give up too easily. And but just like anything else, as I got older, I realized I didn't have to make it look like whatever was in my head. I can just enjoy. If I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. I can get another book, or, start all over, whatever it is. Erase it. Just enjoy the process. That's basically it. Just enjoy the process. And it has been very freeing to do that, because I'm way better at graphite, and that is just I've been doing some stuff in there that I'd never dreamed that I could do, simply because I just didn't want to I didn't want to give up, and I wasn't what's the word? I wasn't get all nervous and worried about taking one mark. I go, oh my gosh. It was like, oh no, I messed up. I could never fix it, or whatever. Or if it didn't look exactly like the artist I was drawing from, I just let all that go. And I tell you what, it was freeing. So don't give up. Take a break if you need to, but don't give up. I wonder if I'm brave enough to use a dark color in the middle of that. Well, let's think about it. I could use black, which probably would ruin it. I could use violet, but it'd probably turn it green. So I need a really dark. Oh, I could use a brown. I suppose I could use a red, because then it would be more orangey. Well, let's try. Let's try the pumpkin orange. See what that does. I'm just trying to get that center a little darker. Go back in with the yellow. Blend that out a little bit. That's not bad. Kind of like that. Maybe I should put that down here. Oh, these little things are really too small to do a whole lot with. Ooh, I like how that's popping off the page. Woohoo! Oh, I added pumpkin orange. Okay, we're at 40 minutes. Let's do these little things in kind of an orangey color. Or maybe even this pumpkin orange. It's a little bit brownish, you know, which giraffes have a little bit of brownish on them. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do kind of a base. A base color. Oh, that's so tiny. And you're thinking, well, Leslie, why did you buy a book that was so tiny? Or the picture's so tiny? Because I love the pictures. And it was a good deal. Half-price books. I love half-price books. Okay. Just trying to think how to do this. I guess I could just go right over it. I like that. If y'all know this book, what other picture would you like to see me do? You know what? I should make it a contest. I just put everybody's name in. All two of you. Everybody's name in a hat. And you can tell me what picture to do and what colors to do it in. I mean, I might get, somebody might say, you need to color a gorilla and use some really odd combination. Now, I didn't say that I hated apes. I just said they were my least favorite animal. Some of you might be saying, that's my favorite animal in all the world. And that's fine, because my favorite animal in all the world are tigers. I'm just kind of going back over these a little bit with this pumpkin orange. It's really one of my favorite colors. Just kind of giving a little dimension to some of these little, I don't know what they are, giraffe spots. I almost want to lighten up some of the greens. I'm just going to do a few of the leaves, some of the bigger ones. Put a little white. No, let's see which ones I did. And then put a little bit more of the green at the other end. Just kind of to see them pop off the page a little bit more. I really love doing that. And when they're so small anyway, it really doesn't, it takes maybe just a little bit of stroke, bloop, 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 and you're done. Oh, back to the art. Now, I did not do art of some sort during all that time that I wasn't drawing. I was quilting, making quilts, and you've got a whole lot of color theory stuff going on there. I mean, I just looked at different fabrics and I said, that goes together, that doesn't, that goes together, that doesn't. So I was already doing that kind of natural thing. And then when I was laying out the plan, the pattern, I would look at the pattern and I'd decide which colors and which colors to go where. And I might say, well, I don't want to put that color next to that one unless have this other color between, or just anything like that. And that was my creative outlet. And it's just making quilts. So it was kind of cool to do that. I might show you, well, the problem is with the quilts is that I make them for other people, other family members, and very, very special friends. And I give them away. So I only have one quilt I ever made. I still have. I could show you that one. And I do have pictures of the quilts I've done. I've always take a picture, or my husband would take a picture of me with it. So it's a record that this is what I did. So I might do that sometime. Do a quilt highlight or something like that. There's a lot of green here, but it's okay. I mean, I'll probably do this part, these parts in the orange, this another kind of green again, orange. So it's really just orange. It's really kind of a yellowish orange with a little bit of brown in there. I was thinking I need to clean that up a little bit, clean up those edges. You probably cannot see. You'll say, Leslie, what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it. Well, if you can look at it as closely as I'm looking at it. I wonder if I can. Uh-oh. All right, well, I'll just move it. Okay, so you can see, sorry about the shaking, it's a little streaky. Now maybe I might want to keep it like that because it is so small. But I just want to do it. I'm liking how this is turning out. I can't wait to finish it and show everybody. We're almost at an hour. I'll do a little bit more. I could demonstrate what background I'll be doing. I'm still playing around with it, but another colorist suggested, this was doing portraits and backgrounds, is to do the face first Because if you do all this other wonderful, wonderful stuff and you screw up on the face, you just wasted a whole lot of time and pencils. And I thought, well, I'll just do the giraffes first and then the background. I'm going to be practicing that background. I really like to find this paper. It's a thick paper. It's smooth, though. I'd have to look around to see if I have any smooth paper. Most of mine has some tooth to it. I mean, this has tooth too, but it is very smooth compared to like mixed media or sketching paper. I would say it's almost like, what is that? Bristol paper. I'm not sure she says what kind of paper this is. Okay. This book, I just found out, as I read it right here. It says, I've brought together a compilation of truly brilliant beasts selected from my first 5 coloring books: Animal Kingdom, Tropical World, Wild Savannah, Curious Creatures, Beautiful Birds, and Treetop Treasures. Ooh. I believe I just ordered Animal Kingdom, so I might be seeing some of these same animals, but that's fine. I could have gotten Tropical World, but I really like this one because you do get a whole lot of different animals from all those books. Kind of like another book I'm working in is called Best of Color It, and it's a compilation of about 10 different books, and then you kind of decide on what you like to do the most. So right now I'm really enjoying doing giraffes. I might like the Wild Savannah book, who knows? The Animal Kingdom, I think that'd probably be a mix of a bunch of different animals too. So anyway, let's do just a little bit more. I forgot what I was going to say about this book. It wasn't just that. It was something else too. I can't remember. Look at the way that she's done the front cover. I mean, you really cannot do anything wrong. I might have been about to say something of how I'm going to do the background. Kind of blending out some of that. I'm going to put, wow, I don't want to sharpen that anymore, but I may not be able to get it sharper. I'm just going to go into these all heart-shaped leaves, because that one is overlapping the other one. Be a shadow. Kind of a shadow. And then I could go back with some of the other colors. That's cool. I really should have a Facebook page specifically for my channel. I'm over on Facebook. Don't get on quite as much, but if I had a special group for the channel, then y'all could post what you're working on. Let's use a little bit of a color in between those. I suppose I could have done that first and then done the darker. That's okay. That works out. And I can always go back with the lighter one or with white. I like how that blends out. I want to get that inside spot really dark. Because it is a point at which two lines converge into a point. And most of the time, that is where you want to put your darkest values. And I mean, that's just preference. You know, you really could just do whatever you want to do. I kind of like to do what other artists are doing because I learn better that way. And I might do a technique and say, well, I kind of like doing it this way. Or I might find, oh, I really like that. Or I might tweak it. Try with different colors, you know, just anything. And but I learned my colors that way and techniques, and wow, this is so awesome. Should I do all of the giraffes in these colors, or should I switch up the colors a little bit? I could do some blue flowers in the green and maybe even some red. So your primary colors, do some reddish in here. And I still would be able to do the background when I want to do. So I'm going to color a little more, and I will post another color along. And please go like and subscribe, because the more, if I can get at least 50 subscribers, I'll be able to do live streams, and I really want to do live streams. So I can, so you can see me draw, coloring in real time or drawing in real time, and I can comment on your comments. So y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.